concerned about the Bills than I am the Eagles. I mean, when I watched the Falcons game, it was from an offensive perspective, clearly, or just distinctly. I will say that the plan that Jeff Ulbrich brought, pressure, zone blitzes, those kinds of things, there was no answer. And the answer is you have man coverage behind it. Somebody has to get open. That interception that he throws right there, his outlet was a check down to the back, coming out of the backfield, and the backer bluffed and then went over the top. And then Allen freezes, and it's like the clock in his head is speeding up. Why does it speed up? Because no one's winning. Like when you go look at like when the Chiefs, when they have to hold the ball and all of a sudden their receivers, they're like 5 guys, dude. I mean, it's wide open, right? And for some reason, the Bills that is concerning, right? Because James Cook is your best player. You're not using him effectively. They're blitzing you. There has to be an answer from Joe Brady in this offense.
You had that game on Monday night. You had the other sideline, but what did you see for the Bills and what is your sense?
And we were in the production meetings with the Buffalo Bills. Here's the truth of the matter. You know, Raheem Morris referred to Josh Allen, to a man, as Superman, the entire production meeting. Everyone knows that going in. So all the focus is on getting to Allen. But when they had a couple injuries, Palmer goes down with the injury, Kincaid didn't dress, and Samuel's not available. Suddenly you're looking in crunch time to an end around to Elijah Moore as your go-to guy, or Shavers, number 14, who I don't think anyone's really familiar with, in big spots. Brandon Beane has been very certain to say, everybody eats. We've got a lot of different guys. We don't need that true number one because we've got this roster where we have so many different options. I felt like they needed that true number one or somebody to step up, and Khalil Shakir wasn't that guy when they needed him.
Yeah, and I think the way that the Falcons executed is not something that everyone can pull off.
I agree
so I wouldn't be worried about this offense all the time, but it looked a lot like the game plans that teams used to use against Lamar Jackson when they didn't have the weapons around. It's like, we're going to blitz him. We're going to get the ball out of his hands quickly. The way that you can get people to stop blitzing you is not by picking up the pressure. It's by making them pay with a big play. And that's what that's what Allen couldn't do, and it's part of it because he doesn't have the weapons to get it done.
Is not the one I'm worried about. How about their defense?
Yeah, that's a big concern. It's been the problem with talking about the Bills' defense is for the last 3 years I've looked at them and said they don't got the bodies to get it done, but they somehow get it done every year. Right now, again, I'm looking at them like, they don't have the personnel to get it done, and they aren't getting it done. They normally find a way to create a ton of turnovers that compensates for the fact that people are gonna move the ball against them. But if you give up 81-yard touchdowns, you're not gonna win a lot of games.
Milano's, they still have injuries on that side of the ball. But to Nick's point, the one thing you can say about Sean McDermott, their defense almost every year doesn't start out great. But for whatever reason, they find a way to become, locked in as the season progresses. You're hoping the same thing happens. Because here's the thing. McDermott saw it on offense. He actually even addressed it at post-game, and he was like, it was much harder than it should have been. He gets it. He understands defensive football to know if you can't break man coverage and beat man coverage, you got problems. Whether it's Coleman, Shakir, Shavers, whoever the guy is, everybody's got to beat man, like at some point.
This was supposed to be their year. This is supposed to be the year the schedule set up for them. So far, it's not going that way. Peter off to do first take. Would Kmart be shocked if the Chiefs wind up the 1 seed in the AFC?
Greeny, I would not be shocked. You know why? Because that would mean Patrick Mahomes is inevitable. People like Jeff Saturday, Dominique, they just want to write off the Chiefs. Say, their time is over. No, I'm just kidding. But people are expecting this team to fall off. And guess what? They've gotten reinforcements. Rasheed Rice is back. Yeah, I think they could do it.
1 seed, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be honest about what I see. When I say that they had fallen off, it's because it looked like they had fallen off. But I've watched the way that they played offense the last few weeks. They back. They back. They protected Patrick Mahomes. They got guys running past people. You can't run with the speed that they have. They've been awesome on offense. Their defense isn't quite the same, but I do think this team is probably the best in the AFC right now.
Next one. Would Kmart be shocked?
Next to the Colts.
Would Kmart be shocked if Caleb Williams leads the Bears to the playoffs?
Okay, hear me out here. I'm going to say shocked, but that's because Ben Johnson and Caleb would be a year ahead of schedule. I think right now, I just want to see continued growth, and we are seeing that. I don't want to, listen, they have a good team, they have a good roster, all that. But I don't think that the playoffs means that they have to make the playoffs in order for this to be successful. I just want them playing meaningful games.
It's so deep. I mean, that's the point, right? There's so many teams.
That's why you can't have nice things. You can't just appreciate the beginnings of
Jeff
things.
and I came up with a term yesterday because you were doing contender and pretender.
Right.
We called them pre-contenders.
There you go. Almost there.
This is the progress every Bears
Yes.
fan has begged for 20-plus years. You're seeing it. Relax. They're in a tough division. They're in a tough conference. They'll get there. Let Ben Johnson do his thing.
Okay, next one. Would Kmart be shocked if Drake May and the Patriots win the AFC East?
Okay, not shocked, but surprised, because that would mean the Bills have fallen off. But look at this play.
Oh.
This play right here typifies what coaches are so excited about when they look at Drake May. The fact that he's able to evade pressure, he's able to scramble, he's able to look downfield and find a receiver, and even though, listen, Pop Douglas, even though this TD was called back because of the pass interference on Stephon Diggs, it just kind of shows the growth. The fact that he was able to look and see downfield and find receivers, they are so excited about his growth. I love the Patriots.
He's for real. Drake May is the truth. Jeff, our buddy Tim Hasselbeck was 100% right about him coming out, and it is a two-pronged conversation. That play that the Patriots had was called back on one of the worst offensive pass interference calls you'll ever see in your life, but it still is indicative of what they are becoming. It is also, and you brought this up earlier, you said, well, we're talking about the Eagles. They've lost 2 games and the sky is falling. We don't talk that way about the Bills. Should we? Should we be saying the sky is falling?
It's not a runaway deal. I think the Cowboys can still do something. They put up a lot of points.
I do too.
Here's the problem. Jerry will clip just the two of you talking.
Yeah.
And when the trade deadline comes, he's like, yeah, you saw those guys on Get Up?
We're good.
We good. I don't have to do anything. And then what happens? They still don't have a defense.
They're worse than the league at just about every
Everything.
category. But most importantly, there are some things about football that I think I know, and I'll have to burn down my football knowledge foundation if a team that can't stop the run, not only struggles against the run, is the worst at stopping the run. There are some basic things about football that I feel like will never change. You're gonna need to be able to stop the run. You can't stop the run, you can't win.
And here's
You can't. Buckle up. He said buckle up. And then he made us buckle up.
And we did not buckle the chin strap.
But here's what's
Tell me to
worse.
buckle up.
When you keep saying this team can make the playoffs,
Yeah.
you are literally like, hey, Dak, figure it out.
Right.
Figure it out.
Pay him the most money as any quarterback in the league.
Okay, yeah, but he also doesn't play 21 other positions.
It's Joe
take
Burrow
it down
from
a
a year
notch.
ago. We had them that close. I mean, Joe Burrow, his team was in it to, literally on the final Sunday of the season.
Because everybody
their
in
offense
the
was
league
that
was
good.
winning 7 games.
Right. I think, look, here, you know where I'm getting this from?
Oh, my gosh.
Jerry Jones still believes.
Oh,
Here
my God.
was Jerry yesterday on his/their much maligned defense.
Where we're potentially our strongest is pass rush. And we've got the most capable pass rushers that we've had.
Just reminded me that we are still in it. The last thing that I'm thinking about is in any way being out of the hunt.
So come on, Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the greatest point that Neek just made that Jerry just stepped in. Great. You can run.